everyone, and welcome back to Let's Explore Pitch. In today's lesson, we're going to explore pitch a little bit further by learning about something called the pentatonic scale. And we're going to create some music around that pentatonic scale. Don't worry if you've not heard about it before though, we will learn about it in a moment. But before we get started, it's boom chicka boom time. Now today, I might try and change more than one thing. So in previous sessions, we've done it normally, and then I might have changed the pitch. So how high or low the sounds are. I might have changed the tempo. So how fast or slow we did it. Or I might have changed the dynamics. So how loud or how quiet the volume was. But today I might combine more of those. And I might change the way we use our voices as well, because we learned quite a bit last week about our voices and our vocal cords. Have you thought about your vocal cords since and how they might be working when you're talking or singing? Okay, so let's boom chicka boom first, and then we'll talk a little bit more. Okay, so if you're sitting down, please get yourselves up and get yourselves ready, give yourselves a stretch, and let's get ready. So here we go. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka chicka boom. Ee-hee. One more time. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka chicka boom. Ee-hee. One more time. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka chicka boom. Ee. One more time. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom. Hee. No more time. Well done. So what did we change this time? So think about the first time compared to the normal time. So the first time, that's right, we went a little bit higher and our voices went a little bit posher. So a little bit like the Queen doing boom chicka boom. Okay. The second time was a little bit faster. That's right, the tempo was a bit faster, and we did it a bit more witch-like. So the tone of our voice changed a little bit, and we kind of said the sound through our noses a little bit. I bet you're better at that than I am. And then the last time, what did we add to the last time? That's right, we changed the pitches, so we kind of sang it a little bit more, didn't we? Well done, everybody. Let's have a quick recap about all the words we've been learning about and thinking about what we learned last week. So, think about your vocal cords. What's the word beginning with V that we use to describe how sound is made? That's right, vibrations. And those vibrations happen in the air and against your object, and then those sounds go into our ears as sound. Well done. We also learnt about ostinatos. Can you remember that? Or ostinati? That's right, ostinato is a repeated pattern, and we did two different ostinato patterns. The first one was rhythmic ostinatos. That's right, a rhythm. Okay, so just tapping a rhythm without really thinking about the pitch of those sounds. And then we also learnt about the melodic ostinato. Can you remember what that means? That's right, it's using different pitches to create a very short tune that we repeat over and over again. And we had a go at writing down those as well. So I hope you found a system to write yours down, and I hope you kept it safe somewhere. So we also had those two lines and the two dots at the beginning and at the end of our ostinato patterns. Can you remember what that was for? That's right, that was our repeat sign. So in music, it just says, play it again. Play it again. Okay, and because it's an ostinato, you can decide how many times that is played over and over and over and over and over and over again. Excellent. We've got our 3 key words as well. Our high, low, which is our pitch. Well done. And our speed, our tempo. So it could be fast, or it could be slow. And we've got our last one beginning with D, which is the hardest to say, I think. Dynamics, that's right. So how loud or how quiet our sounds can be. Well done. So lots and lots of musical words. So we've got that other new one today, and our new word for today is a pentatonic scale. Actually, that's 2 words, isn't it? Do you know what those words mean? Let's think about scale first. Have you heard that word before? Now, if you're learning to play a musical instrument, you might be practicing some scales on your musical instrument, but do you know what they are? Okay, a scale is a pattern of notes and they follow similar patterns, and the basic scales you can get are called a major scale and a minor scale, a happy scale and a sad scale. We're going to learn about the pentatonic scale though. I want you to think about that word, pentatonic. Pent. Where might you have heard something similar to that word before? Think about the learning you do in school or have done in school. And maybe think towards maths or drawing. Can you think of something that has so many sides of its shape that begins with the pent sound? That's right. A pentagon has 5 sides, doesn't it? Okay, so our pentatonic scale has how many notes? Brilliant, well done. Our pentatonic scale has 5 different sounds, 5 different pitches. So we're going to investigate that a little bit more by using our voices first of all, and then we're going to experiment with our jars. Now I hope you managed to save some jars, but if not, we can use some bottles or some different sounds. Okay, so let's have a go at singing some pentatonic sounds. Let's have a go at singing the pentatonic scale first. And the notes in our pentatonic scale today are C, D, E, G and A. Ready? And we're going to use our hand signs to show our different pitches. Here we go. C, D, E, G, A. Let's have one more go. Do it with me this time. Big breath. C, D, E, G, A, G, E, D, C. Have a go at that one again. A, G, E, D, C. Let's put those 2 together. Up and then back down. Here we go. And C, D, E, G, A. Big breath. A, G, E, D, C. This time we're going to change the pattern. Have a listen first and then do it with me afterwards. Here we go. E, G, A, G, E, G. Here we go. G, A, G, E, G. Well done. E, D, C, E, G. Have a listen again. E, D, C, E, G. Have a go. E, D, C, E, G. One more. G, A, D, C, E. G, A, D, C, E. Well done. So you can have a go at some of those patterns on your own. So now we're going to have a go at creating some sounds using our jars. Now, as I say, if you couldn't find enough jars, try and pick 5 fan sounds like we did last week that have 5 different pitch sounds. Okay, it doesn't matter if we can't match our C, D, E, G, A today. It's the idea of using 5 different pitch notes that we're going to think about. So I'd like you to pause your video and I'd like you to go and get your fan sounds. Okay, off you go, pause. Welcome back. I hope you've got your 5 fan sounds or your 5 jars. Before we get on to that though, we're going to do a little experiment. Okay, and now you might be able to do this at home with me or after me, but if you haven't got your jars or your bottles, don't worry, we can do it together now. So last week we were talking about different vibrations and different sounds. Now I'm going to play you my jars. Can you hear they've got different sounds? I wonder if they sound different tapping on the outside. They sound a little bit better. Let me try with my pen. Whoops, I'll do that again. That actually sounds a bit better with the pen. So when you're playing your sounds as well, think about what might sound better when you're tapping them. So listen to this sound. Now I'm going to add some water and I want you to think about what happens to the difference in the sound. Now let's see if I can pour that at the same time as tapping. What happened to the sound? Have a listen now. Did you hear what happened? Let's have another go. I'm going to pour that back in. Actually, let's do it with a different jar. Have a listen. Can you hear the difference in sound? Okay, so what happened when I filled up these 2 jars with water? Did the pitch get higher or did the pitch get lower? That's right, the pitch got lower. Why do you think that might be? Thinking about what we talked about last week about our vibrations. I'm going to pour this back into the jug, hoping I don't spill it. Okay. Have a little think. Why did the sound get lower the more water we added to the jar? Let's do that once more. Have a think. What is it that's happened to make the sound lower? Think about the vibrations. Are there more vibrations now that it's filled with water, or are there fewer vibrations? That's right, there are fewer vibrations because there's less surface area of the glass to vibrate. So those vibrations are dampened and that makes the pitch lower. Okay, you can have an experiment of that at home in between our session today and next time. So have a listen again without the water in. Can you see that I've already ordered my sounds into lowest to highest? Okay. Now the different shapes of the jars and the different thicknesses of the glass make them sound different. Okay. You might be able to see that on the front of my jars I've put a little sticker, and that's to help me when we start playing around with the sounds and creating our own music. That's to help me write down the sounds that I want. Now I've called this C. It's not an exact C sound, but it doesn't matter for today. I've also got it on a red square. So when you write your scores, you can either write the C, the letter, or you can draw a square or a triangle or a pentagon for our pentatonic, or a rectangle or a circle. So it's up to you how you write it down. You might choose a different method. Okay, so our pentatonic scale has our 5 different pitches. And what you're going to do in a moment is you're going to create 4 different short patterns. And we're going to call those our phrases. Now, music, a phrase is like a short sentence. And when we put all those short sentences together, it creates a paragraph, so a block of music. Okay, so have a think about what sound you'd like to create, and we want it to try and fit with a pulse of 4. 2, 3, 4. So not too fast, but remember, we can use long and short sounds. So for example, that could be the first 2 bars of 8. Now you could go all the way up and then all the way down for 2 of your phrases. So this would be phrase 1. And notice they fit with the pulse. So they're all quite long notes. But let's try and vary it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that is going to be my first phrase. Have a listen again. Notice I did 2 short ones on my rectangle, my G jar. So, if you've not already got a copy of this, then you can print this off if you've got a printer. If you haven't got a printer, you can just use a sheet of plain paper like we did last week. So, in here it says phrase 1, and that's our sentence, our first sentence that we've done. So I'm going to write this down just as letters. So help me out. What did I play first? What letter was that? C. What did I play next? D. What did I play next? G. Did I play 1 or 2 of those? That's right, I played 2 quick ones. And then I played 1 E. So let's have a look at that. I've written that down. I'm going to put my long lines and my short lines underneath like I used last week. If you can see that there. Okay, so I'm going to play that again. Here we go. If you can see that on the jar. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's my first phrase. Let's make up one more and then you're going to go and have a go at doing this yourselves. So, okay, I quite like that, so I'm going to write it down. Now, I've got a pen, but ideally do this in pencil because then you can rub out anything you might want to change another time. Okay, so please use a pencil if you can. Okay, so I've got for my second phrase 2 A's, 2 G's, 2 E's, a D and a C. Now will that fit into one? Let's have a go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now actually that C belongs to the next phrase, so I'm going to miss that off. So let's have a listen again. I'm still going to keep that for now. Let's see how it sounds. So I've got A, G, G, E, E, and a D. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're my 2 phrases. And they're short, 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 long. So it'll look like that. So try and sing along with me if you can. So we've got C, D, G, G, E, A, G, G, E, E, D. And they're my first 2 phrases, my first 2 musical sentences. So I'm going to write my next 2, and while I'm doing that, I would like you to pause your video and I would like you to think about the different sounds, label them as you would like to with a shape or a letter name. Remember, our letter names for our pentatonic scale are C, D, E, G, A. And then I would like you to have a go at creating 4 musical sentences, so 4 phrases, and try and fit them into your 1, 2, 3, 4. That's quite difficult to do, so have a go and just see how you get on. We can always change it later. Okay, so don't forget to pause your video, take a bit of time, and then come back when you're ready. Okay, good luck. Pause. Welcome back. How did you get on? I hope you got on okay. So let me show you what I've got here. So these are my 4 musical sentences. Can you see them there? So phrase 1, C, D, G, G, E. Phrase 2, A, A, G, G, E, E, D. Phrase 3, C, C, D, A, A, G. Phrase 4, D, D, E, D, D, D. Okay, so let's have a little listen, see if that works. Here we go. I'm going to play them one after the other. So phrase 1 followed by phrase 2, 3 and 4 without any gaps in between. Here we go. Okay, so already you can start to hear a little tune. Okay, now when you're making them up and trying them out, before you decide which ones you like, it's called something called improvising. And improvising means you're making it up on the spot. So you'll spend quite a bit of time improvising, deciding on the music you want. Once you write it down on here, you're starting to compose your music, which means you're writing your piece of music. So what I would like you to do is to go back to your phrases, think about how they sound, see if you want to change any of them around, but don't worry too much about that today, because next time I see you, next week, we're going to have a go at composing, writing our own longer pieces of music using these 4 phrases, and we might change them a little bit then as well, so don't worry. So I would like you to pause your video one more time, just have another go at that before we finish today. Come back onto the video and we're just going to finish off recapping our words, thinking about what we've learned today, and then I'll see you next time. Okay, so pause your video and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, have fun. Welcome back to the final part of our video for today. I hope you've enjoyed improvising and exploring your different sounds. Keep going with that this week and see what you can create for next time when we meet. Okay, so can you remember the name of the scale that we've been using today, that we've been learning about? It has 5 different pitches. Think about the first part of the sound to do with our shape. Can you remember? That's right, it's the pentatonic scale. And our scale means a pattern of notes, doesn't it? Okay, so you have created 4 phrases. What is a phrase? Have a little think. What did I describe it as? That's right, it's like a sentence that you might write. So we've created 4 musical sentences, and we're going to use those phrases, those musical sentences, next week when we get together to create a bigger piece of music. Can you remember another new word? What does it mean when you write your own music, when you create your own music? That's right, you are composing. You are a composer who composes a composition. So the end product is your composition that you have written. Your composing means you're writing it. And a composer is the person who has written the music. It's a little bit confusing, but you are composers who are composing your own compositions. Okay, and don't forget our different pitches And when we come back to our pieces next week, we might add in some different tempos or different dynamics and maybe change our pieces around a little bit just to vary those phrases. Well done. You've done lots of work today and you've learnt lots of words over the last few weeks. So brilliant work. Well done. And I look forward to catching up with you next week. Take care, stay safe and have fun. Bye.